Welcome back to the St. John Speed Shop, fellow modelers. Although it should have been done days ago, the 69 Cobra Fastback by AMT is complete. And what I mean by days ago it should have been done is I had one decal that just would not lay down. It didn't matter what I did with it. So I just throw on some decal solvent, give it 24 hours, throw on some more, another 24 hours, and I'm just done with it. It's as good as it's going to get, and might as well get that out of the way right now. For the most part, I had no problems with the decals on this car. But this one right here just wouldn't, nothing but an attitude from it, and is the absolute best I can get it to lay down. I thought about just, stripping it off and maybe just priming the fender. But I'm like, to hell with it. I'll show you guys what I'm dealing with, what you can expect from these decals, possibly. A couple of other smaller decals I had similar problems with, but they eventually laid down. But this one here, man, just gave me an attitude. Would not quit. So, I mean, done with it. And another issue I had with this kit, bad back wheel's way off center. And I think the other one, and the left one, is off center as well. I watched a review of this kit by Scale Auto Guy's Workshop, something like that. And he said the whole chassis was off center, so he ditched he cut away the locator pins on the chassis that fit into the body and just repositioned it that way. But still off center. Kind of irritating. I used Tamiya light green for this kit, and I forgot to mention in the last video. Guys kept mentioning the color. I'm like, yeah, it's light green. Forgot to mention that. And this was Tamiya semi-gloss black for the hood. And I used a few more of those Gopher Racing decals in the back window. And one more on the front. I mean, this was a simple kit to build, no problem. I mean, for an experienced builder, it's a breeze, even the problems. With the front of the car, because I ditched the pins for the locator holes, everything was painted. I tried to super glue it, and that wasn't holding, so I went with brute force option 2. You can't see it here, but I wound up holding the chassis and the body together, pumped in some hot glue, and that ain't going nowhere. And that front end of the car, that's rock solid now. Hot glue comes in real handy at times. The interior, like a lot of these old kits, I mean, I use Gorilla Tape to tape it to the inside of the rear of the body, and there's of course nowhere to glue it to the front, but it's held in place from the rear, which keeps it moving around. And I put the chassis in, and the chassis was a loose fit. I want to pump in a bunch of glue out of the tube all over the bottom of the interior, because there's no telling where it's going to make contact with the chassis. So that took care of that. I mean, this would be a simple build for an experienced modeler, but somebody get brand new, they're not going to have hot glue. They may not have super glue or Gorilla Tape. I mean, that stuff, that makes it real easy to get some, some of the problems you might encounter. But real easy build. But I would recommend it for a beginner, because some of the problems are a real pain in the ass if you don't have on hand what you need to take care of them. I mean, the car looks good when you're done with it. I did wind up blacking out the grill, and I'm glad I did, because that looks cool. But you can see that hood is right here, still a bit warped, just wouldn't stay down. I mean, I saw a couple of reviews of this kit, and the warped hood does seem to be an issue. But overall, I'm happy with how it came out. Sharp looking body style, you know, back when Americans actually built cars that were cool. Not many fit that description today. But overall good kit, simple build for somebody, for an experienced modeler, no sweat, even with the problems. You can overcome those real easy. But for a beginner builder, I can see this being seriously frustrating. This is the kind of kit I hated as a kid. You know, it's almost, you know, you just got to guess, you know, how to attach the chassis to the body. You know, parts don't fit. It's a hit or miss where the glue's gonna make contact between parts. You know, decals, some of them sucked. Kind of annoying. But for a beginner, it'd be real frustrating. I mean, other than that, I mean, it's simple build. But the problems, I wouldn't recommend it for a beginner. It's not that great of a kit. For an experienced modeler, and it won't be any problems. I mean, it's cool body style. The lenses fit into the back end of the car, no problem. I mean, I really enjoyed this build, but I also wanted to get it off the bench, you know, the closer it got to the end of it. I mean, the rear wheels barely fit into the body. Yeah, it's just, you know, after building a couple of Mobius kits, you get kind of spoiled when you wind up building one of these. And all the old issues that crop up. But, you know, I mean, it looks good when you're finished with it. You know, ain't going to be any problems that an experienced modeler can't overcome. I'm glad my awesome daughter bought this one for me. Thank you, Sugar Dumpling. If you guys got any questions, leave a comment. You know, it's a real simple build. It should have been done days ago, except for that one damn decal giving me an attitude. You know, that once again, the color I used, Tamiya light green and Tamiya semi-gloss black. You guys have a good one. I'm out of here. I'm going to get back to a couple of other projects I got going on here. And with that, I am out this biatch. Have a good one.